Welcome back to Murray's Monthly Market Update, looking back on what happened in May. My channel just hit 1,000 subscribers last month, and I wanted to say a big thank you to each and every one of you. And with that being said, let's look at what happened last month in the Lethbridge real estate market. I'm gonna start by going over the average sold price for all homes in Lethbridge. In May, we ended with an average closing price of $380,000. That's an increase of $7,000 or 1.8% from the previous month, and an increase of $34,000 or 10% year over year. This is the highest closing price in Lethbridge's history. I know for buyers it might be discouraging to hear this, but it could definitely be worse. Our market is currently moving pretty similar to Calgary. The only difference is that homes here are nearly half the price, so our year-over-year increase is also half. Calgary increased by $60,000 year over year compared to our $34,000. If you haven't seen it yet, I have a great video comparing Lethbridge versus Calgary, so you can decide for yourself which city is right for you. The most expensive home in Lethbridge last month closed at $875,000, and the most affordable home sold for $95,000. Now let's take a look at the average price for the four main property types here in Lethbridge for the month of May. The average detached home was $439,000. That's up 11% year over year. The average apartment was $182,000. That's up 3% year over year. The average half duplex was $204,000, and that's up 6% year over year. And finally, the average townhome was $274,000, and that's up 8% year over year. There were 221 total sales, which is a record so far for the year, but it's actually down from last May when we had 229 sales. The 5-year average for May is 200 sales, so we're well above average for this time of year. So, homes are selling for more money, but how fast are they selling? Well, surprise, surprise, they're selling fast. The average days on the market before a property sold final was 44 days. 44 days on the market is well below our 5-year average of 69 days on the market for the month of May. If you're looking to buy a home in this market, the first thing you have to do is get your pre-approval in place, and the second thing you need to do is download my app. There's a link in the description below. The reason why this app is so powerful is it allows you to see if homes are already under offer. REALTOR.ca, House Sigma, and other similar websites will not show you if a property has an accepted offer. See all those orange numbers? That means those sellers have accepted an offer, and even if you come in with $1 million cash, you would be unable to buy it. Currently, 35% of all listings are under offer, so if you want to save yourself some time, this could be one of the ways to do it. Months of inventory. Last month was 1.6 months of inventory. This is about the same as April, and it's just about as low as it gets in Lethbridge. That means if no new homes were listed, we would run out of properties in 6 weeks at the current rate of sales. Finally, some news that could affect our local market, and your local market if you're watching this from outside of Lethbridge. As you probably heard, the Bank of Canada lowered their prime interest rate by 25 basis points. Woo! This is the first interest rate cut Canada has seen since March 2020, over 4 years ago, which is a crazy long time and well overdue. This works out to about $15 reduction in monthly payments per $100,000 owed. This only affects variable rate mortgages. In a different but slightly related note, since 2020, there have been a serious increase in the amount of homes sold and bought. And because of this, more than 75% of Canadians are due to renew their mortgage from now until the end of 2026. And more than half of them are on fixed rate mortgages. Lots of these people have not felt the effects of higher interest rates yet, and even with this rate cut, all of these mortgage holders that need to renew are going to be doing so at a much higher rate unless something changes drastically. This could have some serious implications on the Canadian housing market as a whole. I would think that this would cause home prices to stop rising or even start falling. But on the other hand, we have to consider supply and demand. An absolutely wild statistic that I heard last month is that for every single family home we've started building in the past year, Canada has added 20 people to the population. Housing starts are at a 40-year low, while population growth is at an all-time high. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments. Unfortunately, I don't have a crystal ball and cannot see the future, but I have the next best thing: complete access to all the MLS data that you could hope for. If there's a stat that you want to know, or maybe you just want to know what your neighbor down the street sold their home for, I'm happy to help. Call or text me anytime. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.